Hey, welcome, Sunny. Welcome back to Pop Rock Radio for interview number 2. How are you?
Thank you, Paul. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. It's it's great to have you back. It's been a few months since we spoke to you last. I know.
Man, it all blurs into one sometimes. I don't know if it's like that for you as well.
It's crazy. We've got so much happening over here. I'm going to hijack your interview and just because we started up Pop Rock Dizzy, which is it's trying to find its feet. It's something a bit different to what we normally do, and we're just running into roadblocks every time. We get 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and there's also Pop Rock Radio, and then we've got the gig guide we've launched, which we're trying to get things with Wham and a few other organisations to help us out. That's us. That's what we've been doing. But you've released a new song, Letter to the Future.
Yeah. You sound like you've been super busy. Like when you sent through all the links with Dizzy Radio and everything, I was like, oh my goodness. You mustn't have a lot of free time right now.
No, none at all. Plus I've got another little secret project I'm doing on the side, so I can't let anyone know about that. It's got nothing to do with the Pop Rock Radio, but it's a little project that's keeping me busy. But
nice.
We do what we have to do to get the music heard. So
like it's music. The music industry and like so many people in the music industry like yourself are so amazing. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful to music programmers and radio show hosts like yourself.
We couldn't do it without you guys. So you got to create the music for us to be able to do it. Otherwise, we'd just be sitting here looking at ourselves. But tell us about Letter to the Future, because it's a good little track.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this one was really special to release because I started writing this more than 5 years ago. I realized the other day, and it was kind of when I first started to write music. So it was it's been punched up a lot from its original iteration. But at that time, prior to like writing songs, I was a full-time school teacher. And I suppose at the time I was just feeling genuinely worried about what we'd be leaving for the next generation. Because I take a lot of pride I took a lot of pride then being such a big part of these kids' lives. And then I thought to what their future would look like, and then eventually my own children. So, and that's, I suppose, been another thing. Like my partner and I want to start a family in the future. And with everything happening in the world, like, oh man, you can go on social media these days and be like, nope. It felt like the right time to put it out, because it also isn't a typical Sunny Luwe track. You've heard generally the energy and like the brightness and optimism in a lot of my music, but it just felt really right to put this one out right now. So I'm glad it's out in the world now.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you with the state of the world at the moment. It's going all crazy, topsy-turvy, especially things that you hear coming out of America now that you're like, how the hell this is supposed to be a civilized culture and bits and pieces, but how do you explain that? How do you explain it to young kids? What's going on is pretty hard.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and I think it's really healthy to step away from social media or things that if you're like finding yourself like, oh, this is too much. Put your phone, like, I don't know, delete the apps for a bit. It can be really nice. I definitely do that from time to time, and I always feel better.
Yeah.
But it's. I try and not give it too much energy either, because I'd rather focus on, all the solutions and being a kind person and what I can do in my community.
Yeah.
And I support Gondwana. I actually just literally before I was having a meeting with the CEO of Gondwana Rainforest Trust, a beautiful nonprofit organization that I absolutely adore. And we were kind of just talking about different strategies to help them grow their nonprofit and brand awareness. And I'm like, I love that my energy went there, and I am aware of things happening in the world, and I'm just going to keep sending them thoughts of peace and love. Yeah.
How do you go from a school teacher to a singer?
Well, yeah, that's an interesting one. But I do still school teach,
Yeah.
like just casually now, because I still need to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Music's definitely a long game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you,
it's such a great career
yeah. Do you
as well.
incorporate music in your lessons?
Not super regularly, because
Yeah.
I'm a casual high school teacher. So lessons can be interesting, and often it's just like doing my best to keep people on task and doing their work and
Yeah.
teaching the lesson. And sometimes it comes up, but yeah, generally, like a few times I've taught music for a casual day, and
Yeah.
I'll play the kids a song or something at the end of the class.
Yeah. So, you did you do primary or high school? Or did you start primary and go into high school, or always
So
done high school?
yeah, I've done both
Yep.
actually. So it's crazy. I've actually been teaching for 13 years
Oh no.
this year.
Yeah.
I know. And I've done 7 in high school and 6 at primary school.
Yeah. So how's everything else going for you? How is the music going?
Yeah, really good. Really
Yeah.
good. So I just actually finished my second album at the start of the year.
Yeah.
So now we're gearing up to release it. So yeah, Letter to the Future was my first single this year. I needed to have a little bit of a break. So I'm glad I just took 6 months off releasing
Yeah.
and took it a bit easy. And we also at the start of the year recorded a live album. So that's getting mixed right now as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trolling you on YouTube at the moment. So my worst fear that it's because my worst fear is going to like blast out and give me away that I'm trolling you on there. You can probably tell that I'm doing it. Yeah. So the album. So is this the second song off the album or the first?
Oh gosh, this is
the third or fourth.
So this is going to be the very single heavy album. So tunes I released last year, like We've Got the Power and Saturday Night and Upside Down are on the album as well. And it's a 10-track album called Feeling Good.
Yeah.
So it was just about having fun, feeling good, and we just mainly were writing for the live show. We wanted to write live fun tracks, and it's generally a very high energy, poppy album. So and there's a couple of mellow numbers like Letter to the Future on it.
Yeah, because I remember last time we spoke, I'm trying to find the video of it, but I'm on the wrong YouTube page, and the camera's in my way, so I can't really do much searching. Yeah, because the last video clips, because when you go to your website, it's full of color. It's full, and I remember that's what we spoke about last time. That it was color, everything was colorful. The music was colorful. Do you know how you get that? You can put feelings and emotions into music, and obviously when you're writing stuff, but everything's colorful, which is really good. There you go.
Yeah. I'm actually slowly painting my entire house as well, different colors.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a thing with me at the moment.
Yeah. Because obviously the logo's back. Oh, here we go. I found it. I found me. Now I just got to find you on there. Because better explain to everyone as well is that I only just logged in as you were logging in because I thought it was 4:00 Perth time. The recording is like, yeah. But anyway,
yeah, time zones are challenging.
So I'm still doing all my research. I normally have all my research and I have papers everywhere going crazy. So yeah. Anyway, the last time we spoke about your song "Hands Up."
Yes. Oh, yeah, and that's also it's also
that was a year. That was a year ago. I thought it was like only a few months ago. Was it like a year ago?
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, is that on this album or on the last album?
That's on Feeling Good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, just I suppose being like I'd still consider myself an emerging artist.
Yeah.
I suppose from a brand awareness perspective. So like I get a lot of mentoring from people I admire in the industry, and I got some good advice. And when I finished the album, my mentor was like, oh, how many singles can you get off that album? And I was like, fair few, actually. And she's like, maximize it. I was like, okay, done. Because each opportunity is another opportunity to get in front of people and hopefully connect with some new fans and grow my audience.
Yep. And on the website, the QR code on the screen will go to your website. And on the website, you got merch, which is really exciting.
I have merch. Yes, I'm so proud that I got Flowers in the Sky, my first album, pressed to vinyl.
Yeah.
And it's in the CDs as well. I build my own websites, and I really need to actually do some work on that one. So apologies if it's a little bit clunky.
No, it's good. I tell you what, I spoke to someone over here about the music industry, and I've spoken to a couple of people about it. And one of the topics is, and one of the things that I bring up, and I will get into trouble for it one day, is that I say how a lot of bands and artists are actually lazy, and they think that all they do is produce the music and then everything else will happen for them automatically. But when you take the time to build your own website and it's got everything on it, on the very first page, your merch, that is, and then you got your mailing list and all the rest of it, excuse me. It's amazing, because there's so many artists out there that could take a leaf out of your book and just go, well, maybe I should start doing things like this. So it's got everything. It's awesome. You got your merch, your videos, and it's colourful. It actually matches your top. It matches your jumper you're wearing.
I know. It's a Sunny top.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so perfect for me.
Yeah. It looks like the Flowers in the Sky logo, like the picture of the CD on Flowers in the Sky. Is it?
Yeah,
totally amazing.
Like my logo.
Yeah. All right. Last time we spoke, we did. I think, did we do the Get to Know Sunny? I think we did, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah. I can't recall a year ago. Sorry.
I know. Well, let's talk about.
Happened at that time.
Yeah. So let's talk about you for a second. You're a proud First Nations Wailwan.
Yeah, Wailwan.
Wailwan.
Yeah.
That Wailwan. I think we spoke about this last time as well. On Combumberry country.
Yeah.
That's the Gold Coast. Is that right?
Yeah. So Combumberry country is a part of the Yugambeh language region, which is the traditional lands of the Gold Coast.
Yep.
And so the Yugambeh language region has 5 different countries that make it up, and it spans from like Logan down to Tweed and out to Bow Desert way. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I've got an itchy throat. Yeah. No, I'm sure we spoke about it last time. I can't. Like a year ago, I've slept since then, and it's slipped my mind, and I should have been a bit more prepared and done a bit more research before logging in. But anyway, does the First Nations, your background and your culture, does that bleed into your music creation and the processes you take writing the music?
Yeah, like I suppose I feel really grateful to have, like, I've met a lot of really amazing First Nations artists who have supported me a lot over my career, like even from when I literally wrote my first song. And like last year I was very, very fortunate. I got to open for M. Woodamora. Like that was really huge and a really cool opportunity. And like I actually feel when I reflect on getting to know my ancestry so well, I actually feel so grateful that I'm lucky enough to know where my ancestors are from. Like I'm Indigenous, English and Dutch is my heritage.
Yep.
And I actually I know where most of my ancestors come from. And I know not as many people are as privileged as me in that way as well. So I feel pretty grateful because I've been able to visit almost all of those places now. Last year I went back to Wailwan country. So it's Canamble, like regional New South Wales. My cousin and I went down and connected with one of the elders, Sooty. He's a beautiful, beautiful man, amazing ceramicist, and also like found my great-great-grandmother's tombstone and left flowers there, and took photos for my nana because she's quite old. She didn't want to drive all that way. She was so happy for us to send all this stuff back, and I was like, this is really special. So I feel really, really grateful to have like an experience like that.
Yeah. Do you get when you're writing your music, do you have any special superstitions or rituals that you go to before you sit down and lay things out in front of you in a certain way and shoulder it over your left shoulder, or?
No, not at the moment. Probably like at the moment, I'm doing this fantastic program called I Heart Songwriting Club. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah, it's amazing. I'd highly recommend it to songwriters. And I'm actually on my third term in a row. And for me, that has been so game changing because every week I write a song, and I've been quite time poor of late. I'm juggling a fair few things. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, I've got to be strict. I literally have 1 hour and I'm going to write a song.
Yep.
And sometimes they are absolute rubbish. And I've got my probably biggest thing is being like, it's okay. It's just songwriting. Like, you don't have to write a masterpiece. Like, you can write a really bad song and that's fine.
Yeah, you got to go. Like, I've spoken to heaps of people and they say you got to go through all the bad ones to get to the good ones, which is.
Yeah. And I've been listening to so many people who are amazing songwriters, and they all say that. Like Amy Allen, who just won the Grammy of the Year for Best Songwriter, said the exact same thing. And Ed Sheeran says it. And like so many great songwriters and even creatives. I know Jerry Seinfeld, like a comedian, he writes jokes every single day.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he even says sometimes they're terrible, but then that's just how I think for me, my current practice is just consistency.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm showing up every week and writing.
Yeah. Do you play any or specialize in any instruments?
I'm a guitarist.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm very much a beginning guitarist still. Like I can support myself and play a few bar chords and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's something I'd like to work on and improve.
Yeah.
In the next coming years as well. Like you can always grow. I think it's a wonderful thing about being in a creative industry. Like you were saying before, like you witness different artists, and I think it can be it's the best and the most overwhelming thing about music. Like, can you write a song? Can you play instruments? Can you sing? Do you want to build a website? How are you at project management?
Well, because writing a song, being creative and writing a song, there's so much that goes into it. It's like creative people and the creative process. Because I've talked to a few people, like a lot of people that go through the process, they all seem to have a little quirk. They're a bit quirky in some way. Do you have any little quirks?
Maybe.
Is there something that you do that someone will go, she's an artist? Pardon?
Oh, with my songwriting specifically, or just
with anything? With anything, yeah.
Oh man, now I'm like trying to think what my quirks are. I know I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
I can be a little bit like, I'm very much I think I know I can have my school teacher personality can come out with organizing things, and I definitely, when we have things going on, like we did Big Sound last year, which was super fun, but I had the whole week like plotted out, and I had everyone gets set lists well in advance, and everything's like well booked in. I think because I can get nervous, so that's how I deal with my nervousness. I'm like, okay, if we rehearse more, I'll feel more confident. And then when it comes to the songwriting side of things, I'm really lucky. Like my husband is a really great songwriter, and he's in my band, and we write all the songs together. So I kind of feel it's nice. Like it's easier to improve. It's so much easier when you have a good writing partner and creative partner. Your output massively multiplies.
and you can build on each other's confidence as well.
Yeah, and I think of like how when I was writing by myself, like if I would get stuck or get like a bit of a block, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like this, or I don't know where to go, I'd try to push through it, but then I'd sometimes move on. Whereas when you're creating with someone else and you've got that great creative relationship, you just like it comes up, but then all of a sudden they've solved it and then you solved it. Like it's a very beautiful way of processing things and making things.
Yeah. Now, what about the music that you create? Like it's all boppy and upbeat. Have you ever considered doing any other genre?
Yeah, actually, like I've been massively inspired by Mama Kin Spender's newest, latest track, Promises. And then also, I just loved Missy Higgins released an EP prior to her second album, I think last year. And there was a song called The Collector. And they're probably like those songs are so fantastic. And I'm thinking of potentially going in a more like bluesy, rootsy, even slightly country direction for the future body of work, because like I finished my second album, but I've been writing heaps, which is awesome. So I'm hoping by the end of this year I'll have an album list already, and this time around I want to take a full live band into the studio and just live track everything and try keep everything as light, like as less, ideally no MIDI, but like just like keep it as grounded and raw as possible.
Yep. When you're out performing, have you ever had any of your students that you've taught recognize you out and about?
Yes, yeah. It's pretty funny because I'm just like on stage and they just do a double take and they're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Do you how does it make you feel like when they do a double take? How do you feel? Do you like?
Oh, it's just, I just usually have a laugh. Like it's usually pretty lighthearted.
Yeah.
Probably one of the funniest ones happened more recently. We were playing at the Beach Hotel in Byron, and a ton of kids I used to teach at high school were like, they're all like 18 and going out for a night on the town or whatever. And they're like, whoa, like, you're our teacher. And it's kind of like, I remember, like, I get when you're in school, you just see a teacher as a teacher, but we're real people too.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was your casual teacher, because I like doing this.
Yeah. So your album's out now, is it correct? Was it launching?
No, there's so Flowers and Sky is out, but
the first
Feeling
album.
Good is coming out in October.
October. Do you have a date for it in October?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 10th.
Yep. Are you having a big event for it?
That's like it's on my to-do list to book in, because I definitely want to do a launch show. As you, I know you're probably fully aware, like ticketed events can be pretty tricky, but like when an album release comes along, it is pretty special. So there's a couple of venues I really love on the Gold Coast, which I think really like just suit my vibe and what my music's about. So that's like probably a job for me in the next 2 weeks is to book in a launch show.
And let us know so we can put it on our gig guide.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send you an email. And then hopefully, I'd love to get over to Western Australia at one point.
It's rainy over here at the moment, so wait for it to get warm.
Yeah. But because like I'm very fortunate again. Like my partner and I both play music together, so we've been trying to think. Like we're thinking of maybe just hitting the road acoustically. And we will probably start with the East Coast, but we could maybe tie in a Western Australia visit and a holiday at the same time.
How cool would it be just like having a motorhome or something? You just drive around in a motorhome, pull up into a town and go, hey, let's play some music and do a show.
And heaps of artists that do that, like Sunday Lemonade, Kim Churchill, and I know heaps of like the folky artists that do that thing, and it's really cool. Yeah,
we're gonna have to get into some controversial stuff now because this topic's just heading that way. We do our gig guide and we put all the gigs in and we get information like bands and different people send us stuff to put on there, so we put it in there. Do you think that the music scene, the live music scene, is saturated with bands trying to get shows and not having enough venues and people going to the shows?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And definitely. And it's such an interesting time. Like you see these super big American artists coming over, selling out stadiums. I'm really glad they brought in the Michael rule. I really think it should be mandatory. If you're a big act touring
Yep.
Australia, you must have an Australian support that is billed with you the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I love what Dua Lipa did, like with her recent tour. She had Kidder Alexander supporting her the whole time. And then also she brought up Aussie acts and played their like covered Aussie songs. And I thought that was really a very tasteful way of touring a country and very respectful and loving towards them.
Yeah. Because we did we went to Thelma Plum a couple of weeks back, and she did a tour. And there's a lot of Australian artists, a lot of artists now doing regional tours, which are really good. So she came to Perth as part of a regional tour, even though Perth's not regional. She did mention that, saying that she knows it's not regional, but she was doing a regional tour, so she couldn't help but not pop in. And she had people opening the show who won a competition. They won it through Triple J. I thought that was amazing, giving like really young artists. So we got to not just see Thelma Plum, we got to see the support acts as well. And there's so many young up-and-coming artists that wouldn't get the opportunity unless other bands, bigger bands and more popular bands, allow them to start and open for them. I thought it was quite amazing. But yeah, this rule where the bigger bands should be bringing more Australian acts in, yeah, I'm 100% behind you as well, because the last week there's just been so many big name acts from America announcing tours over here. I suppose they all want to escape the craziness from there, but we've had, you think of it, the Katy Perry's here at the moment, Matchbox 20, who else is it? There's
so One Republic.
One Republic.
Soon.
Yeah.
And they already have like Zara Larsson as a confirmed support. And I wonder if they'll have a local opener then. Like, I'm really curious about that.
Yeah. So, look, I like Zara Larsson's music, and because I'm into my pop music and things, but it's just crazy. We've got to do more for the artists, and I'm starting to lose my voice. It's crazy.
Yeah. Look, it's there's an old Chinese proverb, and it goes, "May you be blessed to live in interesting times."
Yeah.
And I feel we are living in interesting times for sure.
Yeah. Well,
like it's such an interesting time to be doing a lot of different things. Like,
I suppose it'd be pretty hard. Obviously, for a musician, it's a lot harder because you've got to keep your day job and do your music as well. But it'd be really good to see you if you do get to come across to WA. It'd be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I'd really like. Yeah, it's like at the moment I'm studying full time, so my schedule can be a bit like oh my goodness. But I think once I finish that study, I'm having the best time.
Yeah.
Studying music production. So once I finish that, I'm like, cool, I definitely want to book in shows, because I think it's a really important part of building your audience is playing live.
Oh, yeah.
And then like also just finding a sustainable way to do it. And I kind of feel really lucky because like I love music and so does my partner. And we can kind of be like, hey, let's do a twofer and let's go for our holiday and play a show, or let's go on a road trip and play like maybe 4 nights. And it's like a fun getaway anyway. And we get to play music for people and hopefully connect with more people.
Yeah. Well, I've got one last question for you. Oh, excuse me if I don't lose my voice before. Do you ever get faced with burnout, and how do you deal with burnout?
That's a really good question. Yeah, I totally do. I was so burnt out at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier in our chat, I haven't released anything this year, and it was kind of intentional, and I'm so glad I had a little bit of time off. And I'm even mindful of how like packed my schedule is at the moment. I have to just kind of be really mindful of what I'm doing. But yeah, so last year when I was burnt out, I generally can tell because I'm really emotional and seem to cry more often than I usually do. And I'm exhausted. And all of those things. And it was good. I have some beautiful people, beautiful mentors in my life, and I can kind of reach out to them, and they kind of like, I think you're burnt out and I think you need to have some time off, and maybe you're like really frustrated because you're really tired and maybe burnt out. And I was like, oh yeah. So I also had to listen to them. And yeah, I'm again lucky. I have beautiful people who I really trust and really care about me as well. So I was like, yeah, let's just take some time off. And now I'm feeling really good. But yeah, I'm also already mindful. I'm thinking about like the second half of this year with some things coming up, like making sure I think I want to get better at just booking a few weekends off and go on weekends away. Last month my husband and I went away for our anniversary, and we stayed at a place with no reception and no Wi-Fi and no TV, and it was the best. It was like,
I'd be freaking
no
out.
one's gonna call. No, it was just like when you're on the go all the time, it was just so nice. I was like, cool, we're just gone from Friday to Sunday. It's not super long period either. Like, I was like, cool, like what could possibly, we just went away, brought our dogs, and we kind of came back and we were like, that was exactly what we needed.
Yeah. Well, anyway, good luck with the new music, Letter to the Future. I hope that goes really well for you, and I hope people get their cameras out and click that QR code. All the links will be in the description anyway, so people will be able to find it. If they can't get the camera code going, the links will be in the description. Straight to your website, buy some merch, because we tell everyone it's great going to the shows and things, but buying merch is where artists really get the most benefit. So make sure people buy that merch. And again, congratulations on the website for actually having merch. There's so many artists are like, have you got any merch? No. Have you got a website? No. You got to get it up. Get it going.
That's like honestly the tips I often hear from people, like when I watch like little videos, it's like people want to buy merch. And I reckon some of the easiest things, you can get a small run of t-shirts or tote bags done.
Yep.
You can even like screen print them yourself, and CDs are so cost effective.
Yep.
And generally people just want to support you.
Yeah, and you've even
really
got earrings.
Yeah, they're little daisies.
Yeah. Yeah, how cool is that?
Yeah, I try to make sure there were different price points, because I also know, like cost of living crisis as well right now. Some people would like, I've got $5 and I really would like to support you. Like, here you go. Like, this is, you can get a sticker for that. So thank you.
I've got to get one now and whack it on the combi van, but I don't have a combi.
I'll send you. I'll post you one over, so you'll have to give me your address after this.
Yeah, I don't have a combi van though, so I'll have to go steal one. No, Twizzy. Well, thank you very much for joining. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks so much for having me. It's so lovely chatting, and I look forward to future chat whenever that is.
Well, it can't be a year. We can't leave it a year, so we'll have to do it for the album, album launch. So we'll have to.
I think so too. I reckon that would be a nice time.
Yeah, and I'll have to get rid of the boring brickwork on the thing and make it more colourful. Put some daisies on there for you.
Definitely. Some rainbows, flowers.
Too easy. All right, cheers.
See you, Paul. See you, everyone.
This next track is called I Got a Thing for You. Got a thing for you. I've got a thing for you. I've had a wine or six, and now I'm shaking my hips. I'll do things for you. I've got a thing for you. I've got a thing for you. I've got a thing for you. There's nothing I won't do. I've got a thing for you. There's nothing I won't do. When I saw you last week walking down the street, yeah, I quivered inside. Just like a stormy cloud, that's a rain. Yeah, I'll be that line between pleasure and pain. I've got a thing for you.